our exploration of different aspects of the vegan lifestyle. We already saw several of them, and today we're going to discuss a bit from a religious perspective or spiritual perspective. Where does it come from? I mean, where does it play a role? What does it have to do? What do the spiritual paths or the religious paths have anything to do with the vegan lifestyle? That's an interesting question because, in a way, what is the purpose of religion? It's like to bring communities together in the name of basically compassion and kindness. With various ways of praying and rituals and all. But basically, they are all very similar. For me personally, there is not one religion that is superior to any other. It's just different places in the world have evolved into different communities and way of living and prayers and so in places where there is not water, then one use sand for prayer, and where there is water, then the water is used for prayer. And it just depends where physically one was. And the message of all the saints, mystics, prophets is very similar, all of them. It's always a message of compassion and kindness to all beings. Doesn't matter which tradition. With some nuances, of course. But yeah, and the vegan lifestyle fits perfectly in there because it invites us to increase, to be kinder, more compassionate to all beings, and in a way that's what religions are about, at least partly, if not completely, depends on yeah. So there are some religions who do believe in in God, monoteistics. Other religions are more based on lifestyle changes, on meditation, like Buddhism. So in this presentation, I'm going to present just a few of those. Of course, that's not a complete list. Please don't be offended if I did not present what you believe in or your religion. Just some of the so-called main ones in this world that most people practice. But yeah, there are many more. And also this is not in the order of preferences or best or not best. There's no competition here. It's just kind of random. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy it, and that you will forgive me if I make any mistake, because I'm not an expert in any of those religions. I know a little bit of those, but of course I'm far from expert. But yeah, I think the way this presentation is made is respectful for all religions, irrespective of what one believes in. But yeah, possibly there is an error or two. So, disclaimer. Sacred text speaks, of course, in diverse languages, and they each express their truth with distinct symbols and ceremonies. But underneath it all, it's all about the heart, about the kindness and compassion. If one really digs deep into one's own religion, one will see that that is a universal language. And so one can reach like the divine in one can like choose any spiritual tradition that one wishes to, and that will be okay. So again, for me, there's no up and down, no hierarchy of religions. Of course, some come after the others, but that doesn't mean that they are better. They're more adapted to the people where they come for. And we have to also know that, of course, religions, they over the time it's got like modified, and the rituals, ceremonies might have modified over time. Some texts have been modified over time, maybe some have not. But the ceremonies probably have modified. Doesn't matter if the texts have not modified or not. The way people behave and are, then that evolves over time. And yes, so the purpose of it all is to be one. One with like all creation, to consider all creation as one self, to treat all our neighbors as ourselves, and and it doesn't matter if one believes in God or not. I did not include here the like atheistic. One could say belief. It's also a kind of belief. Now I think about it, maybe I should have, but because that's also like a kind of spiritual path, and that is fine too, as long as one is kind and compassionate to all beings. That for me would not be different than one who believes in God or not, because that's just a belief. But if one is kind and compassionate to all beings, that is true belief in action. It shows that we care about other people, other beings. And since other beings are reflections of the divine, then if you are kind and compassionate to all beings, that means we are respectful to the divine, that we believe in it or not. Doesn't matter. So let's start with the Hindu tradition. It's a very old tradition. And it is a lot about, there are many parts to it. I'm not an expert in any measure. There are some like big sacred texts, like the Bhagavad Gita is one of the main texts. The Upanishads, the Vedas. They are like the sacred texts of Hinduism, I believe. And there are some core beliefs in those in the Hindu tradition, and one of them is non-violence. That's one of the main aspect of Hinduism. And ahimsa just mean non-violence. Maybe it doesn't translate one-to-one like that, but that is the meaning, non-violence. And yeah, to lead life without violence as much as possible. Not only physically, but also mentally. So, and with the words, so not being rude, talking non-violently, non-violent communications, and also speaking. So speaking with kindness, with calm, with compassion. That is the one of the main tenets of ahimsa and the Hindu tradition. And of course, there's like a lot of prayers and like a living prayer. So to leave earth as a prayer, one could say. It's yeah, it's a path of yeah, strong traditions and ceremonies and offering to the divine. And yeah, it's a beautiful tradition. And yeah, one of the greatest part of it is ahimsa. So in the Mahabharata, so it is said like ahimsa is the highest duty. So like non-violence is what all beings should do and follow. And that, of course, from a vegan perspective, that's exactly what vegan lifestyle is all about. And it's hard to do more than that because it extends to all beings, not only humans. And humans are just another animal. Um, so we can, instead of animals, we can say to the other people, but meaning all the animals. So people in the sense of animals. Yeah. So yeah, second, so we're going to see the Jain philosophy or Jainism. So the Jains um, are extremely focused on the on ahimsa. So they try to really avoid pain and suffering to all beings. So it's a, yeah, it's a great philosophy or a path that they really try to do in all kind of ways. For example, we can see that they some of them at least, or the monks, they wear like masks in order to avoid hurting small insects through like breathing and for the mouth. And yeah, which so that's quite rare to even think like that. And they use try to move the insects out of the way, but in a very gentle way without hurting them. Which is why I think many, if not most, of the giants are vegetarians or lacto-vegetarians. Yeah, some. I mean, there are many also giants who are vegans. It's maybe the philosophy or religion which has the most percentage of vegans. And yeah, vegans plus vegetarians. That's almost for sure. And yeah, it's that's their main basically tenet in their philosophy is reverence for all life, which is beautiful. Um, and the vegan lifestyle is 100% aligned with that. And the vegan lifestyle is even more than the vegetarianism, as yeah, because dairy, all the dairy agriculture is terrible for the animals, but unfortunately, it's not necessarily recognized yet that much. But it's much more than in the past, and that's why many giants, even giants monks, like ask or request that all like giants should be vegans or to follow at least the plant-based diet. So yes, so in the Akaranga Sutra, it say all beings wish to live, none wishes to suffer, which is well, it's common sense. And they really take it to heart, those kind of sayings. They embodied it like no others. So yeah, a lovely philosophy, and that is very much linked to the vegan lifestyle. Okay, now we pass to the Buddhist teachings, Buddhist tradition. Yeah, Buddhism is, I don't know if one could say really a religion, is more like a philosophy. It's like, yeah, philosophy, I mean, religion doesn't really matter. But it's also a lovely tradition which is not really based on worship of one divine being or creator. It's more about development, inner development. So a lot of it is based around mindful awareness, seeing ourselves in all beings, interdependence, yeah, understanding our connection with everyone. Then non-harm is very, very strong in that tradition. And that it's like a oneness, universal kinship. So everyone is one. So we are dependent one on the others, but we are also one with everyone. So yeah, Buddhism was introduced by Buddha, I think about 2,500 years ago. And yeah, he came to awaken people as much as possible. So the Buddha means the awakened one. So it means that we are kind of sleeping, and it's awakening to reality, to all the noble truths that he brought forth. And a lot of it is about communities and the Dhamma, so the teachings and the teachings of the Buddha and the Buddha. And a lot of it revolves around kindness and compassion to all beings. So yes, yeah, it's a lovely teachings, lovely tradition. So in the Dhammapada, which is a compendium of the Buddha's sayings, and there one of the sayings of the Buddha says, "All tremble at violence, all fear death." And the all doesn't mean humans only, but all beings, even insects, animals, all of them. So yeah, so that is the Buddha's teaching. So we pass to Judaism, which is one of the monotheistic religion in this world. And yeah, the Jewish scripture also speaks a lot about love and to embrace every form of love. And yeah, like the Torah, the main scriptures of the Jew, They reveal a divine compassion that extends behind humanity, so to all beings, to all the creatures who share this world with us. Yes, and it's of course okay. It's a monotheistic religion, so the Lord is one. So there's just one Lord, or the Creator. So there is a saying from the Torah that says, "The Lord is good to all. His compassion rests upon all living beings," which is a wonderful saying. Doesn't matter if one believes in God or not. It's just we can replace the Lord with the beloved nature, universal, universal being, or not being, maybe energy. The energy is good to all. But yes, it's also a lovely tradition. If one should like go deep into the meanings of the scriptures, and yeah. So, but it also, I mean, those the scripture, but one of them is like the first book of the Torah. First book, I think, is Bereshit, which in there it is saying that in the beginning, like the Lord made all the trees and all the seeds and all this and the humans, and then he gave for the humans to eat all the fruits, all the what is on the earth, fruits, nuts, seeds. That should be our food. That was the original intention of the of creation of the Creator. That was really in the I think the first chapter of that initial first book, and somehow later on humans rebelled, one could say, against that ideal, and then it was modified. But initially, the intention, at least, was to be completely vegan. That was a vegan food, vegan ideal. It was not. There was no. It was not animal shall be your meat. It was never said that. It said that the animals, that we should care for the animals, that we should be like kings to animals. But kings, they don't eat their subjects usually. So yeah, somehow over time it got distorted. Not only, I mean, in all traditions. But yes, the intention is to be as kind and compassionate to all beings. Then we have the Christian wisdom, Christianity, which follows the teachings, of course, of Jesus Christ. He was a wonderful teacher, wonderful being, who brought like God's love to the world. He embodied love. He helped everybody in any way he could. Doesn't matter who, the poor also. He healed many people. And yeah, he was a wonderful example of how we should live. And he brought so this religion of devotion, daily devotion to the Lord, to show kindness to all beings, I think this is where in one of these sayings it says like do unto others as you would like unto yourselves, or love your neighbors as yourself. And yeah, that is the embodiment of kindness, of how we should all live. And when we say neighbor, it's not only humans, it's all animals. Animals are also our neighbors. And in behind faith, so it was like the meaning is not to be like merciful only to one's own faith persons or religion, but to all religions, to be merciful and yeah, to everyone basically. And yeah, there's a lot about mercy in Christianity, which is quite important. And when we extend grace to all of God's creation, not only humans. Humans are just one part of creation, but we should expand our heart, our love, our protection to all beings. And Christianity, I mean, at least the core teaching is pointing toward it. And yeah, so that is the idea. So one saying from the Bible is, "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy." So it's kind of like a karma, like whatever we sow, so shall you reap, and it's kind of the same idea, but different words, and different way of seeing this or saying this, but it's basically the same as all the other traditions. So yeah, it's a wonderful tradition. Um, yeah. So we have the Islamic tradition, or Islam, which is which is also a monotheistic tradition that has a lot of it revolves around compassion and mercy. So, for example, in the Quran, it's like almost all of the chapters, except one, I believe, starts with invoking Allah or God as compassion and mercy themselves. And so that says it all. I mean, what is compassion and mercy? Is compassion and mercy to be compassionate, to be merciful, but not only for the Creator, but if the Creator is compassionate and merciful, why shouldn't we? Why can't we? And ideally, it should extend to us too, to expand the quality of Allah. And yeah, so the idea is to embrace all living beings as in a beautiful relation of kindness and compassion. And yeah, it's also a lovely tradition. I mean, all of them are lovely. If one goes deep inside of them, they pray a lot every day. I think 5 times. It's a kind of meditation also, so that's very nice. And yeah, if we see so one hadith from the Prophet, he said, "There is a reward for kindness to every living being." This is a beautiful saying, showing that kindness is is universal, and then is clearly said to every living being. Um, doesn't matter if humans or not humans, doesn't matter which religion, to every living being. Um, we need to go deep into kindness and to understand what kindness is, not to be too focused on our own belief system, because everyone has his or her own belief system, and to expand our consciousness. That's what spirituality is or should be. That's what religions is or should be. Is to expand our consciousness to all beings. Religions are just kind of a starting point. We need to then extend through it, and embrace all mankind and all, not only mankind, all living beings. Then we really embody what the prophets or mystic and saints really wanted us to learn and understand. Yeah, and to forgive all is an important aspect of it too. So yeah, so this is when spiritual life matures. Then we start to grow in awareness. That's what we said in the previous slide. So yeah, we grow in awareness about the suffering of everyone, that everyone suffers, no matter their belief system, no matter if they are humans or not humans, insects too, birds, and fishes too. So we need to expand our kindness and compassion to all beings. So growing awareness, yes, and then it's a natural unfolding so of the path. So we start to, maybe initially we are more focused on like rituals and ceremonies and what the religion that we belong to or the belief system is doing, like kind of prayers and all that. Then when we go deeper, then we see how it expands naturally to all humans. In doesn't matter which religion, like to all humans as a universal compassion theme, and then to all animals as well. Then one really understand it fully, then it means all living beings, and no different between an animal and a human. That could be like the next step, the ultimate step. And yeah, it's an authentic expression of one's belief system. So it's to expand our heart so that we learn to see more clearly. So we remove all the veils that we have in front of us, and we just see the reality as it is. And yeah, finally, so living compassion is just to live, like to become compassion in a sense, to become compassion itself, and to really expand our heart to all beings. So become a living example of compassion in every and single way, not only even in like in food, but also in how we speak. So we speak kindly to everyone, even to animals. We also speak. Animals also respond to how we talk with them. Also thoughts to all beings, which is very important, because whatever we talk comes first from the thoughts, and then also our actions. Then, so everything originates from our thoughts. But that's why we need to try to purify our thoughts as much as possible. We cannot say that thoughts are not important, it's only actions that are important. No, thoughts are very important because everything else is linked. So we should purify our thoughts, and then our talk and how we behave will be purified as well. So kindness starts with our mind, our thoughts. The vegan lifestyle starts with our thoughts. Everything starts with our thoughts, and then it expands to all other means of expression. Of course, action is probably the most visible and important, one could say. But the action comes from the thoughts. Yes. Again, many paths, just one direction. They all say the same thing. They all want us to move toward gentleness, peace, and respect to all, to create harmony in this world between us all, in any relations. There's no need for one religion, one belief system. So it's beautiful to have different belief system. Then we can have fun together. It's like having different way of seeing the truth or the world in different ways. So it's like watching the truth from different perspective, basically. And yeah, so each belief system, each religion has a view on the truth. I would not say that any one of those have the full view, but they point to the direction. They try to point us toward the truth. Now, it doesn't mean, of course, that everyone in each belief system actually follows those belief systems to the letter. Yeah, there's a lot of misunderstandings, of course, and yeah, misunderstandings of the scriptures, which is why it's good to have somebody who really embodies compassion to explain the scriptures. But yes, so okay, nothing is ideal in this world, but the idea is to move toward gentleness, toward respect for all religions. And it's yeah, the vegan lifestyle is a modern way of merging all the paths into one could say. The vegan lifestyle in a way belongs to all religions. They kind of all points to it. It's hard to be more compassionate than following the vegan lifestyle, because vegan lifestyle is all about kindness and compassion to all living beings, and that's what religions are mostly or should be mostly about. So yeah, going vegan is an expression of a deep understanding of our own belief system. And then one could say that one has, graduated from school. Of course, it's not the end. There's maybe just one level of school, like being vegan. I mean, we cannot be an ideal, perfect vegan. Doesn't exist. And there's also still other things to learn. That's not the only thing to learn, but it's one of the main thing to learn. So one who goes vegan, one could say, has graduated from a certain like a grade in school, now passing to a higher grade. maybe they finish secondary school and then they have to go to university, while many of us we are still not yet there, maybe. Um, and I mean, I don't mean it that in an arrogant way. It just if we believe that we really need to expand our heart and kindness and compassion, then there's no other way than to be kind and compassionate to all beings, not only humans. That's humans are just a small part, important part, but small part. If you are really kind and compassionate to all beings, then we've already understood that our belief system includes all beings, and that's a very deep and important realization. So yeah, that's why I believe that when the world will become vegan, it will like be heaven here. I believe there will not be any more. I mean, no more wars, in my opinion. I mean, if everybody was vegan, there will not be any war, because gentleness, kindness, compassion would be embedded in all beings. So yeah, but we are not yet there, far from it. But who knows? Maybe one day. As I said, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, like ChatGPT believes it will happen around 2080 or 90. I mean, that's a possible future. Then will we see heaven soon? What a world that would be. A world without violence, or minimize violence as much as possible. We will have animals in our forests who would not be afraid of us. We could approach them, they could approach us. There will be zero amount of fear. And yeah, it would be wonderful. Don't we love seeing animals in the forest, like wild animals? We see them quite not often, unfortunately, because um, we are um, we are not nice to them currently. Not in the total. Some are, but like we hunt them. Like hunting is absolutely terrible. And of course, we eat them, put them in cages and whatnot. So of course they are afraid of us, so we don't see a lot of animals. But once the world becomes more vegan or fully vegan, then we will start to see a lot of animals everywhere. What a world that would be. It's a dream. It is my dream. Many people dream as well. So who knows? So yes. So thank you very much. So I hope that was interesting and helpful in some sense, some way, to show how the vegan lifestyle is belongs to all belief system, all religions. There's not one religion that is um, that doesn't speak about kindness and compassion to all beings. There are some religions who are more into non-violence. That is true. Yes. I think maybe Jainism is one of the closest to the vegan lifestyle. Um, but yes, all of them have compassion at their heart. So yes, so thank you, and let's yeah, and one more thing, like in the daily video for today, I recommended careful documentary called I think The Buddhas and the Animals by the Dharma Voices, I believe. And it's a wonderful documentary about Buddhism and compassion, kindness, and the vegan lifestyle. So yeah, there are a lot of interviews there, and it's most enlightening. It doesn't matter which paths you follow or what you believe in. I would recommend to watch that just to see the Buddhist perspective. I mean, the vegan Buddhist perspective on the question. Because Buddha was very much into compassion. So yes, and the daily challenge is to reflect on the deep meaning of kindness and compassion in relation to all living beings. That is the daily challenge today. Is I mean, from time to time, you can ask yourself what is kindness, what is compassion, true compassion, the truest sense of the word in relation to all beings. Again, I emphasize all beings, not only humans. So yeah, so maybe try to, if you have some time, just to reflect on that. Maybe after you wake up, after this practice, maybe in the evening, before going to sleep. Just reflect on that a little bit. Yes, so let's stop this. So, hello again. So we're going to do our usual practice of the morning or any time that it is for you at your time zone. I don't know. I suppose there are some whose time zone is like in the evening. If you are from the United States, possibly it's, I don't know, maybe 7, 8 o'clock or 6. I'm not sure. But in Europe, it is quite early. It is now. It is 3:20 a.m. in the morning. The sun is sleeping, and yes. So in India, I think it's about 6. It's like 3 hours 30 more. So it's time to practice a little bit. And yeah, why do we practice in the morning? There's a concept called the Brahma Muhurta. I think it's in the Hindu traditions or I mean also in the yoga traditions. Brahma Muhurta is like the times of Brahma, the time of the Creator, and it's a specific part of the day or night that is very good to practice anything that you practice. So even if you practice some asanas, then or meditation or prayer, then it's a very good, very auspicious time to practice. And so muhurta, I mean, the day is divided in, I think, 30 like slices of 48 minutes each. And I believe the Brahma Muhurta is like the second one, I mean, before sunrise. So actually, it depends on the time of the year. Then Brahma Muhurta will be different time. But often one practice, at least in yoga, maybe one starts between 3:20 and 3:40 in the morning, and then one practice for some time. That's a very auspicious time to meditate for many reasons. One is that it is very peaceful. Most people are asleep. Our family are mostly asleep or completely asleep. So we have no duties to do, and we are free to do what we want to do. So some people also use that time to maybe write a book or do other worldly stuff. So it's an auspicious time, but it's not for everybody, because I'm not going to say that sleep is not important. Sleep is important. If we are sleepy, then that is not good, because we need to be very awake and aware for the day ahead. So that's why we should go to sleep like way earlier than usual if we want to wake up that early. Some sleep a bit less. If you meditate a lot, then possibly you can sleep less. But yeah, it's recommended to sleep between 7 and 9 hours. So if we take the smallest of those, then it would be 7 hours. Then we need to go to sleep 7 hours before like 3:20 or 3:40. And then that would be that would be reasonable. And yeah, it depends, of course, on one's practice, on each individual. But in a way, we are quite similar, all of us. We are not that different. And it depends on how one's practice also. So yeah, that's why we do that practice in the morning. And of course, we also walk afterwards. For example, I am walking afterwards. So yeah, so it's either in the morning or in the evening. Possibly next time I might do it in the evening instead of the morning. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, so let's start. So let's start with the daily prayer. So just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. Just for today, I will show gratitude for my many blessings. And just for today, I will be kind to all living beings. May today be a joyful, peaceful, blissful, and magical day. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy and free. And may our thoughts, words, and deeds contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace to all of nature, peace to all living beings, all humans, all animals, all insects, all birds, all fishes, all beings, trees as well. And peace to ourselves, to our own mind, our own being's own heart. Om. Yeah, so we will do now the daily practice of gratitude after the prayer. It's a very good idea to do, to start the day with on a good foot, one could say. where we are grateful for all that we have. Um, so yeah, each person is doing it in. I mean, can be grateful to for other things. Just being grateful is wonderful. So let's do that for 4 or 5 minutes. Um, yeah, the wonderful thing about gratefulness is that when one does it for some time, more and more we can think about being grateful for more and more things. We may have a hard time thinking, what can I be grateful for? But then, oh, I can be grateful about that. So many things that pops up in our mind when we are grateful, which is beautiful. That's why it's one could say it's a path unto itself. It's a kind of meditation. Yeah, possibly if one does only one practice, that could be just gratefulness every day after waking up. That would be then the, the day would be much brighter. So let's go now to our next practice. So next practice is again well, now we already start, so it's like the physical practice. So let's just do like just very ridiculously short practice. So just come to you can do whatever you are used to or you wish. This is just a very simple one to get started. So come to straight, and then we're going to do the Sufi rolls. So just bringing the torso forward, go to the side, and then back. It's basically cat cow, but in a sitting position. Inhale when you're going forward, and exhale when going back. And the other way. Then come back to center. And bring one hand on the floor, one hand up, and just very gently go to one side. You can look up or down. Try to really stretch the side, then the other side. And come back to center. A little bit shoulder rolls, just bring them up also and back. Inhale up and then exhale to down. Then the other way. And bring your hands on your shoulders and very gently make some rolls. Inhale up, exhale down. And the other way. Okay. Now inhale, exhale, turn to one side very gently. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, turn a bit more. Go to the other side. Inhale, exhale, turn. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, turn a bit more. And come back. Now just a little bit of for the legs. So one leg in front of the other, and very, very, very slowly just fall forward. Don't force it. It's not a competition. Just until you feel a little bit of something in the joints, and then stop. Then come back. The other leg in front and fall forward. And come back. Okay, so now we pass to the relaxation, but before we do that, maybe because I don't know if you have been sitting for a long time, but let's take a short break. So maybe just a 2 or 3 minutes break, and then we resume. Okay. So let's do our relaxation practice, which for now will be the 31 points of relaxation or Shavyatra. Um, so first time we will do it. We will do it two times. One time I will we will do it together, and second time then you will do it on your own. Just a small modification is that we are going to like imagine either a blue or a golden light wherever in these regions that we're going to explore. So just focus on those points and imagine that there is a very beautiful, bright, either blue or golden light there. So bring all your awareness to the space between the eyebrows. To the pit of the throat, the right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, tip of the right thumb, tip of the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Back to the right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder, pit of the throat, left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, tip of the left thumb, tip of the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Back to the left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder, pit of the throat, the center of the chest, the right chest, center of the chest, left chest, and finally the center of the chest. And just relax. Now do it on your own, following the same pattern. You can either use visualization or no visualization. It's your choice. So don't take too long on each points, maybe between 1 and 3 seconds. So it should take maybe a minute and a half or 2 minutes. So let's do it now. Okay, so that was the relaxation part. Now let's go to pranayama. Um, so we're going to start like in the days before with just breath awareness to start with, um, in a controlled way. So we're going to breathe diaphragmatically. So for that, we need to really relax our shoulders and torso, and just let the belly too. And then when we breathe in, it will be from the belly, in and out. And everything else should be like fixed. So the shoulder should not come up, especially. And we try, as a reminder, we try to make it as silent as possible, as smooth as possible, and without pauses at the top and the bottom. So after inhalation, between inhalation and exhalation, minimum or no pause, and same thing between exhalation and inhalation. Um, and yeah, and so we will start with the free. So 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out. If that is too much, try 2 seconds in and out. But yeah, for most people it should be fine. So yeah, let's do that for a couple of minutes. let's move to the 2 to 4. So inhale 2, exhale 4. So again, same rules. So let's do that for a couple of minutes. So inhale for 2 seconds, exhale for 4. You can count for a couple of times, but then you can leave the counting. Just do it naturally without any counting. So let's start now. So now let's move to um, Nadishodanam. So Nadishodanam or Anuloma Viloma, so alternate nostril breathing using the fingers. We did it, I think, every day. So we're going to do like we're going to do one round together, and after that you will do 3 rounds by yourself. I will just guide it a little bit, and then you will try it by yourself. So put your hands in Anjali Mudra, and then inhale, exhale, inhale to start. Block right, exhale from left. Switch, inhale from right. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. And switch, inhale. Exhale again from right. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. And switch, inhale. And relax. So that was one round. So again, we exhale from left, inhale right, exhale left, inhale right, exhale left, inhale right. Then exhale right, inhale left, exhale right, inhale left, exhale right, inhale left. That's one round. Then in the second round, what we do is if we exhale from the first time in the left, then we will exhale from the right, and we will do the same thing. Then the third round, we go back to the exhaling from the first nostril. You can relax between rounds, so you can take like maybe 30 seconds to a minute before round, so that if you feel dizzy, please stop this. So let's do it all of us together, but individually. So I will not guide it. You should be expert by now. So let's do this. So this was the pranayama part. Now we move to the self-dialogue aspect, where we talk with ourselves. Um, we talked about it quite a lot in the past days. So yeah, so you decide what you wish to talk with yourself. Prayer, gratefulness, prayer, truth, self-counseling, or friendship with mind. Like who am I? What do I want? Etc. So yeah, let's do that for about 15 minutes. Yeah, before we go to the actual meditation part, let's take 5 minutes break. a bit cold here. Okay. So let's go to the meditation parts of the practice. So we're going to do like yesterday. We're going to do 2 times 25 minutes. So in the first one, I will guide a bit. So it will be again a Kaya Steirium practice to start with. The idea being to be really stable in one's body, not have to move, not move at all almost. Even if one needs to scratch, then just one tries to avoid it. Just watch it and then let it go if possible. If it's too strong, then just scratch and return to meditation. And then we're going to, like before, watch the breath coming in and out. In the beginning, use a counting, so count from 1 to 5, then back to 1. Each inhalation and exhalation count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your head, not out loud. Or in and out, just when you inhale in, when you exhale out, think out. Then after some time you can let go of that and watch really the breath at the nostrils, and try to consider all thoughts as clouds. Don't follow them. It's easier said than done, I know. Just let them come and let them go. What happens to clouds in the sky? Well, sometimes it's cloudy, sometimes it's blue sky, sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's storm, snowing now. So seasons come and go, clouds come and go, and similarly with our thoughts. Just the thought comes, then they slowly fade away. Especially if we let them fade away, because if we give them energy, then they will stay for a longer time, and this is we want to avoid that. So just let them come, let them go, yes. So that's the main thing. And if one follows the thoughts, that's okay, no issue. Just slowly return to the breath with mindfulness. So that's the idea of mindfulness, is to be mindful suddenly of I went to this train of thoughts. Now I will bring my attention, awareness back to the breath. And if it's like the thoughts always come and go too much, then go again with the counting. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And so on and so forth. So basically, meditation in that regard is always coming back to whatever object of concentration we focus upon. For now, we focus on the breath. There are different types of objects of concentration. They each has their specificities, but the breath is always with us and is quite reliable, so we can use it to our advantage. That's about it. So let's do it. So try to always find a comfortable position, a very stable position where you know that you can stay for relatively long time, so 25 minutes, without having to move. That is feeling very stable. Try to sit on some cushion, so don't sit directly on the floor. That is much harder to be stable and comfortable. Put some cushions underneath your knees. That helps a lot to feel more stable and comfortable again. And then there are different types of how you can arrange your legs. A common one is like one leg in and the other leg comes on the outside. That's called the Burmese posture, and it's quite, for me, it's quite comfortable. Except that I do use like cushions on my left knee because I have some uncomfortable in my left hip joint. Nothing serious, but just after some time when I see it, it becomes uncomfortable. So that helps. You can sit on a chair, as we said. In that case, just sit upright and try to sit on the edge more than really with the back on something. You can put something on your lower back. That said, to feel more comfortable and stable. Again, that's the two main aspects of asanas that are the most important. What does stable mean? It means we can stay in that position without moving and without basically having to move. So we're not falling off, or our hands are stable. For example, if we put our hands in some mudras, then it will not necessarily be very stable because we will have to think about the hands or the fingers, what they touch, that the index and the thumb touch or things like that. But we don't want to think about anything. So if you feel good with mudras, that is fine. If that helps, then that's good. But it is not necessary. For now, at least. So let's go again. So sit upright, close gently your eyes, feel stable and comfortable. Imagine that you're a tree. Your legs go to the center of the earth. They are the roots of the tree. Then your back, like throat, neck, and head are like the major trunk. And the hands are like branches. And you are very, very stable. You don't need to move, but you can sway a little bit, like the tree. Now bring all your awareness to your right leg, right foot, lower leg, knee, and upper leg. Relax them completely. Relax your entire right leg. Relax your right hip. Left hip. Left upper leg. Left knee. Left lower leg. And left foot. Relax your entire left leg. Feel it stretching out inside the earth, like roots of the tree. Relax both legs together, both hips. Relax your back, lower back, middle back, and upper back. Relax your torso, abdomen, and navel. Relax your right shoulder, right upper arm, elbow, lower arm, and right hand. Relax your entire right arm. Relax your left shoulder, left upper arm, elbow, lower arm, wrist, and hand. Relax your entire left arm. Relax both arms together. Relax your shoulder blades, your chest, throat and neck. Relax the back of your head, top of the head, forehead, eyebrows, ears. Relax your eyes, temples, nose and nostrils. Relax your upper lip, lower lip, your mouth, and your tongue. Relax your chin and your jaw. Bring a smile to your face. Relax your entire face. Entire head. And your entire body. You feel completely relaxed. No need to move. Now we pass to the watching of the breath practice for about 20 minutes. So let's take a final 5 minutes break, and then we do our final meditation of the morning. So final lap. So we're going to do like again a 25 minutes meditation. This time I'm not going to guide, so try to do the Kayashtariam practice. So same idea, not to move as much as possible, and then do a body scan. Imagine you're like a tree, roots going into the earth, and then trunk and branches of the body. And then once you do the body scan from toes to head, then start watching the breath, initially with counting, um, either counting or with in-out of the breath for some time, maybe for a couple of minutes, and then once you are settled, then let go of the counting and only watch the sensations of the breath at the nostrils. Either that or hot and cold. So when you breathe in, it's cold hair, and when you breathe out, it's hot hair. So we can try to feel those sensations in our nostrils. Yeah. So let's do that. Let's start now. So that concludes our meditation session. So to recap what we've seen today, the presentation was about all belief system, religions, spirituality, spiritual practices. And so what was presented was just a couple of the like major religions of the world, how they relate to the vegan lifestyle, through compassion and kindness to all beings, that is naturally embedded in all religions. Yeah, religions is like the idea is to go back to who we really are. One could say to our source, and this can be interpreted as the source of the awareness, a source of our soul, made out of divine energy, which is pure kindness, compassion, and true love, and joy and bliss, and only positive thing um, that brings happiness to us and all. So for religions, we try to like reach something higher than us in some sense, to reach a kind of perfection, like an ideal that we need to strive for, to be basically to become a good person. That that's all basically, through different practices, be it prayers, meditation, virtues, wisdom, reading the scriptures, reading the saints' sayings. The ideas are very similar between religions, and the vegan lifestyle is really a beacon that unites all of them. Um, and yeah, because it's the source of kindness to all beings, and not expanding of consciousness to all beings. We're not limited to our own self, to even to our families or community, but we are expanding our consciousness to all beings in all the world, in all the continent, in all religions, and not only the humans, but all living beings, all the animals. I know I repeat myself, but um, that's the theme of kindness, universal compassion. And yeah, so I would recommend to see the documentary The Buddha and the Animals. And yeah, also to reflect about what kindness and compassion truly means for you. Um, does it include all beings, or is it limited? Maybe have a self dialogue about it is very interesting. Make it positive only, never condemning, never negative. We should not condemn ourselves in any way. We are here to learn. We are learning every day. And yeah, we try to do our best in all possible ways. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. And I hope to see you tomorrow. And yeah, see you See you soon. Bye.